Welcome to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown, on a journey you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. A freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Welcome to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown, on a journey you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show.
The engine is starting up. Three, two, one.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us?
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is Rift Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Sensitive/offensive content disclaimer. Please note that this podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Awesome Paranormal Show.
Hello, all you freaks out there. This is Ryan.
And this is Rhonda.
And welcome to the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show. Please like and subscribe. And of course, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and the TikTok for at least another few days. I'm sure where that's going to be going. I think I started a Lemon 8 account for the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show. So if you're not, if we're not there anymore on TikTok, you can follow us on there. You can stalk us on there if you want to.
Yeah.
We don't mind.
There's plenty of options. We got Instagram and that, and
we're all over the place. It's hard to miss us because we're just all over the place.
You know what? You know what?
What?
It's our birthday.
It's our birthday. Yes, it is. It is our birthday. We started the show back in January 2014 on the URN radio network. So we're going back, way back in the day. 11 years.
Wow.
We've been doing this. Lots of shows. Lots of shows. And it's really, really awesome that we've been able to do this for so long. And I guess I definitely want to thank everyone who has been involved. Thank, of course, Angie. She's been a big part of this, taking care of RJ, so I'm able to do this. And of course, all my great co-hosts, of course, Rhonda, and so many to thank. Of course, thank Howie for letting me be a part of the network and helping me get started with it. Holly Mullins was a big part. Still was a big part of the show, and she comes on the show with us every so often, and it's always great to have her back on. It's really neat being able to do this and talk to all these awesome people for 11 years.
Yeah, we make some friends for life, like just doing this. It's really cool.
The thing is, when I started, it was like a joke. Like I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it." Kind of like not really taking it seriously, like I'll last like maybe a month. I didn't want to see how last a day because I want to try to do it longer than that. But I was like, I'll lose interest in it. But it gets to the point where, if I don't do a show,
it feels weird.
I feel like there's something missing. So very humbled and very happy to be talking to you guys every week, and hope we can entertain you for at least an hour and help get the word out about these paranormal groups and
authors and mediums and all the people. We have a diverse group that comes on our show, and it's fun.
We like to teach people. We like to expand people's knowledge, give people the chance to talk about their experiences, and having a good open forum about the paranormal. Speaking of open forums, I was able to go on Spaced Out Radio this past weekend.
Yes, you were.
It was super exciting because I listened to Spaced Out Radio, Dave Scott and Rob G at work. And I first heard Dave Scott on Dave Schrader's show a couple of years ago, and it's like, this guy's really cool, and he's really gotten me into the aliens and UFOs and stuff like that, which I wasn't really into before. So I contacted Dave, and I contacted Rob about talking about the cabin on 360. So Rob messaged me the other day, asked if I want to come on and talk about the cabin. I'm like, yeah, of course. So when I came on there, and I'm very honored to be a part of it, but I will tell you what, some of the questions,
He is such a good interviewer. He has tough questions.
He does. And
yes.
We come on, I was thinking it was going to be one thing, and I should have been better prepared, but I'm thinking it's going to be about the cabin. And I'm really, really, really glad that I invited Dennis to come on with me because some of those questions he was asking was like, oh my God, I have no idea. You know, I show up, ask questions, the ghosts answer, or they don't. No, they don't. I don't have the reason behind why they answer or spiritually and stuff like. I don't know. Especially, I'm already nervous to begin with because I'm better at hosting or just talking off the cuff like we're doing now.
Right.
If I have to think and talk at the same time, my brain just doesn't work. So that's just a little secret of mine. I can't think and talk at the same time. Somebody else can't. So,
It's a beauty and a curse.
yeah. I'm trying not to sound completely stupid. There are a couple of times when I just started rambling, and I'm like, I have no idea where I'm going with this. I'm like, I'm going one way. My answer. Then it starts going over here. Then it starts going over here. I'm like, I didn't even know where to stop. What I'm even doing here. So
I told you, Howie and I did the show a few months ago, and I told you after, he was like, oh, you did a great job. I said, I felt like I was rambling.
Oh my God.
Because his questions, they're good questions. Like, I can't even fault, like he asks think about it questions.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to think about it on the fly. I found myself a couple of days later coming up with all these great answers of how I should have answered something, because that's how I would have answered it if I had time to think about it.
Yeah, it's like someone insults you, where you're like, oh yeah, and then you don't say anything, and you wake and you're sitting in bed that night. Or I should have said this, that would have gotten them. Yeah, I mean, I do wish that he would have talked more about. We may have talked more about the experiences at the cabin and focused more on that than us individually, because I got nothing. I mean, I'm not. I host a show, host a podcast, and I'm part of a team. I'm not a medium. I don't have all that, but do the cabin was what I wanted, because I want to talk about, get the word out about it, so we can have people come out and experience it. So that's the only thing that kind of caught me off guard. But it was still a great time. And we would talk about the cabin.
Sometimes what draws people to the cabin is having people feel like they've got that one-on-one connection with you and Dennis. Yeah. So they feel like they aren't going into the unknown. They see you all. They understand your personalities. They get to know you a little bit more. And then like, well, I've been wanting to go to the cabin, and they seem really cool. So it probably works both ways.
We definitely have that connection with Dennis. For like, what the hell is wrong with this? What is going on with that guy? What is up, Lost Souls PI? Oh, good to see you. Nathan Hardister, what is up, man? Welcome to the birthday party. Teresa, our Canadian connection is in the house. Paul Fowler, thank you very much for the Rubber Ducky Day, by the way. 8 degrees. It's going to be 8 degrees here next week.
Yep, it is.
Canada South over here.
And I think tonight we're going back down to like 14, I heard something. Like, it wasn't bad today and last night, but tonight it's supposed to go back to like the crazy digits again.
Of course, Lois is in the house.
Lois
is in the house. Freaks and Travelers, welcome to the 11th anniversary of the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show. Yes, it is very exciting. You know what else is exciting?
Uh-oh.
It is National Hot Pastrami Day.
Ooh, I like a hot pastrami.
Hot pastrami.
Those are good.
They are really good, especially like a Reuben sandwich.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. I wish I'd known that.
I know we could have celebrated
for sure
with a hot pastrami. Speaking of hot pastrami, it is actually Happy Feast of the Ass Day.
Repeat that.
Happy Feast of the Ass Day.
Happy Feast of the Ass Day.
Yes, take that how you will.
I was gonna say, do they mean ass as in donkey?
They mean donkey, but it's more fun to think about.
They just mean ass.
They mean donkey, but
they mean
in our case, it's the other one. It's the other thing, because the donkey is just boring. You can take it however you want. Some people might take it an extreme way. Others might celebrate the donkey. We're kind of right in the middle.
We
don't judge.
Or however you choose to celebrate.
Yes, we acknowledge all celebrations here on the Freakin Awesome Paranormal
of ass. Yes.
We are inclusive. Not exclusive. We're inclusive. Oh man, look at this. My maple syrup is frozen. That's what she said. I mean, having hot pastrami day and happy feast of the ass day on the same day is just too good. It is just too good.
I agree. I agree.
We're just killing time here because Fredrick hasn't joined us yet. So we're just kind
Your
of
ass off. That's right. That's right.
feast your ass off on some hot pastrami. Yep, Teresa. It is donkeys, but you know, like I said, if you want to celebrate the other way, we're not gonna say anything. We're not gonna be judgmental here on the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show. I've got a few more things to talk about, but first I'm gonna let you talk about the cards.
Yeah, let me give them one more. I've been sitting here shuffling as we've been talking, but let me give them one more little shuffle and see what does the collective need to know for this week. All right. Oh, okay. The word wants to be written, which I find this curious that this comes up right around, the full moon. We've got a full moon last night, but you have that energy for like 3 days before and 3 days after. So the word wants to be written. And I take this two ways, actually, when I tap into it. One way is, I think if you are one who follows the moon energy, the thing they say you're supposed to do is write your intentions down, like the things you want to manifest under the full moon, as well as writing down those things you want to release that no longer are serving you, and burn them to kind of, but they say putting pen to paper makes it become more real. And that's what you're supposed to do. But I also take this as the word wants to be written, and that it's been coming up a lot recently that people should be journaling more. And I think that is when you've got anything on your mind, like whether you have something on your mind that you're struggling with and you don't know quite what to do with it, or if you're just trying to just set goals and aspirations for yourself, either way, it's a good idea to write that stuff down. If you've got something troubling you and you write it down, for some reason, a lot of times that always just makes you feel better. I don't know why, but just writing it down makes you feel better. I can make you feel better to write stuff down if you're just feeling overwhelmed about things. Let me just write my to-do list. So I think the word wants to be written means now don't keep all of this chaos so much in your head, but get it on paper. So that's what we've got for today.
I would caution people, if you're feeling upset, against writing stuff down on a Facebook post and then posting it.
No, write it on paper and burn it. Or throw it away.
Write it down. Yeah, you get stuff out. You are able to, without, I guess, keeping it to yourself, but also writing it down. So it's a release.
Yeah, it is a release.
Get it out, and it releases it any way you look at it. You're either like in your mind, like if we all get overwhelmed with just tasks, we'll stay up all night thinking about everything we need to do. And literally, if you just write it down on a notebook paper, you'll sleep better. It literally, just write it down. It's like releasing the pressure.
Yeah.
Before it explodes.
Yep.
So yeah.
Now a lot of people are feeling overwhelmed in January. There's so much we're supposed to be doing. If you're in corporate jobs, a lot of times now there's budgets and it's extra work, and everybody wants to meet now that they've been off for 2 weeks for holiday. So it's life is so chaotic. Kids not going back to school with all the snow here. Like parents were like, kids are going back to school. Oh no, now I've got my kids at home for another week. So there's just so much going on. Let it out in other ways and don't ruminate it so much in your mind.
And we've been out without water for the past week.
Oh gosh.
So yes. I'm sure a lot of people have been writing stuff down, and I'm guaranteed some of the language is not appropriate.
I would agree. That was a mess.
Yeah,
you don't realize. Well, I don't think any of us realized how fragile our systems were. One, but two, when you think about it, everybody tries. I mean, all of us, I think, after 2020 have all kept more bottles of water and more bottles of toilet paper and all of that at our disposal. But like when you think about you're under a boil order for your water, that means you know, they were like, don't drink it. You've got to boil it before you cook. Or, you know, they were even saying if you're washing dishes, you need to wash them and then soak them in bleach. Like, so like even if you have pets, they're not supposed to be drinking that water either. You're not supposed to brush your teeth with that water, but yet it's okay to shower in it. I don't know. It had me freaked out a little bit.
Well, I guess you're brushing your teeth, you're putting the stuff in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know, you can keep your mouth shut during the shower.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they said don't use the water to brush your teeth, but you could take a shower in it. So, like, I'm just thinking, like, maybe you've got open sores or something, you know, like a cut. You get in the shower and you're not even supposed to be drinking this water. It's still going to make its way around. I don't know. It was just very skeptical when you thought of it. If you dug too deep, it was very, like, it was difficult.
It's scary to think about how fragile our systems are. And it's scary to think about other countries knowing how fragile our systems are. I took a big pot and boiled water in it, and then I would take a small like saucepan and I would scoop the water out and wash the dishes, scoop the fresh water out and pour that to rinse the soap off of the dishes or rinse off the dirty water. You know, so it was rough, but
it was rough.
Obviously there are other.
So that's all that matters.
Yeah, we got through it. Of course, obviously, there are countries who have worse off than we do. So not like being like, you know, bitching and moaning too much. But yeah, it was definitely an experience.
Yes. At least our maple syrup wasn't frozen.
Do what?
I said at least our maple syrup.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I mean, poor Teresa.
I mean, we do have some blessings in our lives.
Yes.
And our unfrozen maple syrup is one of them. Let's see. I've decided to do a new section. Of course, we'll do the word of the day, but I'm gonna give out paranormal shout outs. I'm gonna start trying to educate, of course, people about the history of the paranormal.
Okay.
You're going to give shout outs to the men and women responsible for our equipment and different aspects of the paranormal. So I'm going to give a paranormal shout out to Michael Faraday and James Clerk Maxwell, who discovered the electromagnetic field and waves. So EMF, they discovered EMF, which is a big part of what we do. And I also want to give a shout out to K2 Enterprises from New York, who created the EMF reader.
Nice.
So big shout out to them, and don't forget to tune in next week to find out who else we're gonna give a shout out to. So
I mean, that's educational for me. I really didn't know who exactly created the device.
We are more than just dirty words here in the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show and Weird Holiday.
Weird holidays, curse words, and cards of the week.
and occasionally we'll talk about ghosts.
Occasionally.
You know, we'll throw the word ghost in there every once in a while to keep you guys happy. Okay. Shonda. Help me, Shonda. Help me, Shonda. Help me, Shonda. Yeah. And Kristen. Hello, everyone. How's it? We're doing great.
We're doing great.
I'd have Conde Gang Celebration playing if we didn't get flagged for copyright.
That's right.
But we will. So just imagine this playing right now. That's now we're gonna talk some 1940s slang.
Okay.
So if you were to be wearing cheaters, what do you think you would be wearing?
Cheaters?
Cheaters.
Are they like bloomers? Like the bloomers you wear under dresses and stuff?
Oh, no.
What are your cheaters?
Your sunglasses.
I thought they'd be I would have thought sunglasses. I would have thought reading glasses.
You're cheating.
Yeah,
maybe you're cheating.
Like, for me to be able to do this, I got to put these on. I'm cheating.
I got my cheaters on.
I got my cheaters
on. I can't see without my real eyes, so I got to cheat. Put on my glasses.
See, that's what I would have thought. I would not have thought sunglasses. Interesting.
I mean, they're still glasses, so I mean, I'm sure if you okay, I got a message from Howie. Okay, watch this. This will be good. Okay, let's see what happens. He's in the. Not sure what's gonna happen, But yeah, if you're wearing glasses, just say for all glasses.
I would
Cheaters.
agree. That's pretty cool.
Yes. So, yeah, we don't. Our guest is not on yet.
Okay,
So
well, we
we're
keep
going
talking
to-
because the
we're gonna
reason
keep-
I said bloomers is because I have some friends that like I do as a girl. I don't know if any of the girls here in the chat do this, but like when I wear skirts and stuff, I'll wear like biker shorts under them, so that if like a draft comes or I'm crawling in my tall Jeep, I'm not exposing things I should not be exposing, and I call them my cheater shorts. So I don't know.
how he's gotten the sounds going.
Nice.
Get the applause. Very nice. Very cool. I've heard of bloomers before. I always thought they were underwear.
Well, no, I think they used to wear bloomers under dresses too. I think there was underwear and then there was bloomers. Bloomers were longer. So they would like kind of like a slip, but they were like pants. Y'all, anybody in the chat that knows more than me, feel free. I'm not really a dress or skirt girl, but I believe that's what bloomers were.
Victoria's Secret for the 1800s.
Victoria's Secret for the 1800s.
You got me bloomers on. I don't know why you're messing with an English accent there. You know what? Let's do something different. So, because I don't know, since he told me to send him the link to his email, which I did. He said he got it. So hopefully he'll come
Pop
on.
one. Okay.
Yeah, but we're gonna do something little.
Let's do something. Hey, it's free roam till he gets here, so let's go.
Yes. We're
Well, you're in for a treat tonight.
Woo! See, the audience agrees. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you. Yes, we did it. Okay, let me go
I
here.
can't even say that. I've only been around like a year.
Let's see here.
Well, maybe longer than a year, because I was filling in here and there before. But
Oh yeah, we've had some interesting conversations.
yes, we did.
For sure. You've been here. You've been here longer than a year.
I think so.
Yeah. Off and on, but
Yeah.
you pretty much took over. Like, what was it, March last
Yeah,
year? Or
March
February?
of the year before, right? Because I think
Yeah.
this will be going into our second year in March.
Yeah.
Or
Of course, we got to give. I'll just shout out to everyone. Shout out to Amanda. Shout out to Holly. Shout out to Sarah. Of
Yeah.
course. Celestial.
who we've all had as guests on the show as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. We've CR Zarn.
Mm-hmm. CJ helped some. CJ.
Yep. Oh God, CJ got us some great
Yeah.
guests.
Yeah.
Hey John, thank you very much.
John.
Then Teresa says, yes, they were under their skirts. They also referred to them as knickers. Don't get your knickers in a twist.
Thank you.
There we go. That's that's awesome. See, we're here. We're learning new stuff.
Learning and spreading the knowledge.
So yeah, to go a little bit of history of the show, since we were talking about that. Back in 2000, I guess it was, 2014. So I was thinking, I think 2013, Howie and I went on Dennis Eslock's show, Full Spectrum Radio, to talk about ASPS in our investigation at Bell Nemus Plantation. And just like my foray and onto Spaced Out Radio, I was super nervous. And I kept saying, yes, sir, Dennis, and Matt Mazurek, because, in my head, Howie was like, do you want to do a radio interview with me? And I'm thinking, holy crap, we're going to be on the radio. Like, because back in the day, man, being on the radio or being on TV, you're like, holy shit.
Right.
This is like back in the kind of the early days of the internet. So I was like super excited, but I didn't know about internet radio. I thought I was going to be like a station, So I'm like, why would they want to talk to me? I just started the ASPS or in ASPS like the year before, so didn't really have anything. You're right. Howie says we're on 96.5. but this was
Oh,
after
really?
that. You know, how he messaged me. We
wow.
did do an interview on 96.5, and I was nervous there too. So I kept calling Dennis Sir, and of course, Dennis. Anyone who knows him knows that that's not something you do. When he had mentioned something about not wanting to do, because he did a show twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, 2 hours each. And he was like, I'm giving up my time slot on Monday night. Does anyone want to do it with me? So at the time, I'm still friends with her, but I was talking with Rhonda Montgomery from Transcend. And I'm like, hey, do you want to do the show with me? And she was like, yeah, it sounds like fun. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Again, not taking myself too seriously. I thought it was going to be something where it's like, all right, I'll do it for a little bit and then I'll get tired of it and we'll be done. So the first show was myself, Rhonda, and I think Steve Dills.
Okay.
Was part of the show. And I remember doing the show in my car in my ex-wife's parents' driveway. And we were just kind of shooting the shit for like an hour. I don't remember what we were talking about. And then I think after that, Rhonda and Steve were no longer part of the show, just because they had other things to do. So then it was myself and Amber on the show. Amber, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
We did the show for a while. A couple of things, you know. It was back then. It was a 2-hour show. We had some great guests. Amber was using peed live on the air. That was pretty funny. Yeah, there we go.
I just want to back then. It was like strictly a radio show, if you were, not like on an FM channel, but it was on a radio network. Nobody saw anybody. People called in to ask questions and stuff. Is that how that worked when you were first doing it? Yeah.
It was Blog Talk Radio.
Okay.
So it was all purely, just audio. So you could pee on the air. I mean, I guess you technically could pee on the air, now, but I don't think anybody would really want to see that. So yeah, there was a lot of good, great guests we had back then, and having to talk for 2 hours is tough.
It is tough.
Especially having to sit still for 2 hours. So back then I'd be at my office and I'd walk around the office complex while doing the show. So I was doing it. Yeah, I could just we could just talk about whatever. It wasn't regulated or anything. You could just shoot the shit, use whatever songs you wanted to use, and nobody cared really.
Right.
But now it's different and it's fine. I don't think Blog Talk's even around anymore, to be honest with you. They are kind of a thing of the past. There were a couple times, though, that we did get some paranormal activity on the show where we would be talking and
hear something.
Yeah, another voice would come through. And which you guys got at the cabin.
Yeah, we got that at the cabin a lot.
I don't know. Like, it's not like regular telephone. You can get of people. You can kind of get someone else's conversation.
Right.
I'm not sure about
cross a line somehow.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that could even happen on the internet. I don't know if that's even possible to happen. I don't know the science behind it, whatever. But there were times when we've got a few voices come through, and it was really cool. We did that. We started off in the URN network. I had two hosts, great hosts, Amber and then Kristen Wolfe
Oh yeah.
was with me, and she did an amazing job. It was just
Cool.
yes.
We
We
don't know what
I gotta remember the audience, the studio audience we have here.
they're listening intently.
Yes. The Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show was filmed before a live studio audience. So, but then life gets in the way, obviously, and Kristen had to leave the show because she got a new job.
Mm-hmm.
So for a while, I was doing the show by myself, and I was getting burnt out.
Yeah.
Saying
It
out.
would be hard.
Yeah, it's just doing the show 2 hours, and I was getting ready to maybe step away, and then I did an interview with Black Mountain Paranormal,
Okay.
and the lead investigator Holly Mullins,
Okay.
and the show went by like smooth as butter. So as soon as I was done, with the show, I messaged Howie, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna ask Holly to be my co-host on the show. And he was like, yeah, man, go for it. You think it's gonna be? Yes, I think it's a great idea. Asked her that night to be the co-host, help me to be on the co-host with me, and she jumped on that shit. And tell you what, man, it was a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
It was. We had so much fun. She took the show in a whole different direction. Yes. Give it up. Woo! Holly. We took a whole different direction. And I will say it got, we did go a little raunchy. It wasn't, we had shows about things that we had, let's just say we had shows. I'm not sure how raunchy we can get on the Rift Nation Network. We had some shows about some crazy stuff. And we, like I said, Howie said in the private chat earlier, it was like the Wild West. You could talk about anything and not have to worry about, being sanctioned or, whatever.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun. And we did that for, I think, 2 years, or I can't remember how many years it was. I think it was maybe a year. It felt like 2 years. Maybe it was just a year. Then the head of the URN network was going to step away, and he asked if anybody wanted to take over the network. And Holly and I were going to take over the payments for the network, and we were going to turn it into what turned into the Vibe Network. We were going to, split the shows up, since we have 2 hours of time each night, 2 times 2 hours time slot. We were going to do one show like each hour so we can get more shows on there. But it didn't work out. The program director who's stepping away wanted us to keep it the same way. I know, right? Wanted to keep it the same way as it was before. Basically, we just taken over the payments and then keep the way he had it, which we weren't interested in doing. We wanted to do our way.
Right.
So, oh shoot.
It was a lot. A little. He's downplaying.
It was a lot raunchy.
It was a lot.
We talked to a girl in her bubble bath one night. She did an interview from her bubble bath, and that's the tamest thing that happened on the show. So we decided to start our own network, which became the Vibe Radio Network, and so that spawned the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show. Spawned the Vibe Radio Network, which spawned, we had the Paranormal Party with the Connor sisters. He had a whole bunch of Freaks and Geeks was also part of the network. Vibe Time with Jerry was another one. So we were able to help other podcasts get on their feet. Like I was able to do. Yeah, if you have a woman peeing on the air, what are the boundaries?
None.
Yeah. I mean, we basically had a show all about dildos and masturbation. One
There's
night.
a whole lot to being what I can't think of the word I want to use, but where people can't see you and you're just talking. There's some anonymity to that, so you feel much easier to be wide open.
Yeah, like it'd be hard for us to have a show about like Woodburger facials.
Right.
God, we had one show. It was a Halloween show, and I've got a clip of it. Let me see if I can find it because it is funny. Let me see here. But let me go let's see here. So yeah, we had a lot of different various types of shows, and Holly went her own way. She did her thing. She started her show, which I also don't remember the name of her show that she started. Then when she left, I invited my friend Amanda to be a part of the show. She did it for a while, and then Celestial McBride did help me out for a while, and she called herself Silent Cece because she didn't really talk much during the show. So, but she did bring me some good guests, and she did have some poignant questions when she was called upon. The heck? Okay. So, and then after that, Angie came on as part of the show for a while, and then of course she was she had RJ, so that was harder to for her to come on like she did back in the day. So then here it is. All right, let's see here. Let me go ahead and share the screen here. Boop. Screen share. Okay, here. Share. Here, let's see here. Here's one.
You know, me and Allie have balls. We just carry them in different areas on our chest.
Exactly.
Dudes had pants that would like have testicle cleavage. Would that be attractive to women or no?
Like camel toe. I mean, like a
like the
knuckle
hair coming out and shit. That's good. God.
Well, even like a nicely shaved pair. I'm just like it, if it was something to where. So.
Well, I mean, I guess an ass crack would be kind of like cleavage, right? You know, ass cleavage. If you had a.
Y'all listen. Men cleavage down there is called a moose knuckle. Right?
A moose knuckle.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
That sounds Canadian.
I thought that was.
You know.
So that was kind of what we were going with when the early blog talk days of the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show, and it's kind of I don't say it gets matured, and it's kind of gone like as we get older you talk about
some
different
days.
yes
Some days.
yeah some days not on
the Hill City Paranormal one, then
is it
you stir the pot and we just run with it.
I wonder if it's a coincidence that there was a full moon right before Hot Pastrami and Feast of the Ass Day. Did they plan this out?
Yes.
See, yeah, we're not mature. We like to say we are, but we're not.
Yeah. Maturity is overrated.
Our guest came on and left. Right.
Oops.
Crap. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
No, I did not. That was not on purpose. That was I again. Yeah.
We probably should just
Focusing
reschedule
on the
this
show. Wasn't even looking at the guest thing on the corner over there.
one. Oh,
We're
no.
just kind of shooting the shit because it. Yeah. Oh well. I want to say oh well, like like I don't care, but
No, but now we've
Same
only
time.
got like 15 minutes and we want to do him justice.
yeah. And I think I kind of was thinking that he was going to message me on Facebook if he was in the queue and let me know, because obviously if we're not acknowledging him, we don't know that he's there. So
Right.
hopefully he'll message me and I'll be like, look, I'm sorry, we were just talking. And maybe he saw the testicle, the ash cleavage or testicle cleavage clip, and it was like, yeah, maybe this isn't the show for me tonight. And we're saying if he would have been on time, we wouldn't be talking about.
We wouldn't have gone down a rabbit hole, but hey.
Yeah, we would be talking about testicle
We have
cleavage.
to entertain the masses.
Yes, and
So-
nothing entertains the masses like testicle cleavage. Just saying.
I don't know. I was long when I saw the highlight where you'd called it out is testicle cleavage. And that was enough for me. Moose Knuckle Sands Canadian, what the heck?
It does sound Canadian.
It does sound a little Canadian.
There's a lot of moose up there.
Yeah.
Moose eye, is that the plural of moose?
So when did you go to this format, Ryan? Because I know you now pretty well. So I bet that was a hard transition for you from having anonymity on a radio, more on the radio, and then you came to this format where it's on Facebook and it's live and people can look at you. Did that make you nervous?
I really thought that I would be more nervous. I think the first guest I had on here was Taryn Kerper.
Oh yeah.
From God, what is it? Paranormal Peaches, I think, was the first live stream guest I had on here, and let's give it up for Taryn. So I thought I was gonna be a lot more nervous, but it was something where it's like, okay, this works. I enjoyed doing it, and then it started on StreamYard. Doing the show again by myself for a while. Then I remember it went on, I think, a Darkness radio stream or Darkness chat, how there's this chat things that show up on your Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Join the Darkness radio chat. So it went on there, and I put a post up. Does anyone want to come talk paranormal with me or do a show as a guest? And CR chimed in about coming on talking about haunted Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
So we started talking, and we did the show, and I asked him if he'd be interested in coming on and being a host with me. He said yes, and so we did the show for a while together. Then he started his own podcast called On My Mind with CR. He would talk about everything.
Yeah, they covered everything. The gambit.
Yeah. We kind of he talked about he talked about county officers. He would talk about his dad was in the Navy. Yeah. He did a lot. He did a whole podcast, a whole different podcast about trains and stuff.
Yep.
So what does
camel toe sound like? Arabia.
Yes, it does. What does camel toe sound? I mean, camel toe.
Because they said moose knuckle sounds like it's from Canada. Where does camel toe sound like it comes from?
It does sound like it sounds like you're in the Middle East.
Yeah, you're in the Middle East.
You're in the Middle East. You're hanging out in Iraq or Saudi Arabia or
Yeah.
one of those places over there. Two rubber shoes rubbing together. Yeah. So we did a show with CR for a while and things were good. But he had back problems and stuff, so he kind of had to take care of health stuff again, which is perfectly fine. We want to make sure he's okay and everything. Then Sarah joined the show, and her and I get on great. We had some really fun shows. Sarah. But between CR and Sarah, you came on.
There was Austin Inglewood.
Austin,
he was in there for like a brief period of time too, and then Forgotten Explorations just went crazy and had been busy.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about Austin.
Yeah,
thank you. Yep. So Austin was part of the show for a little bit, and I gotta add him to the post. I completely forgot about him.
Yep.
So then of course you joined the show. So it was me, you, and Sarah for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And of course Sarah is still part of the show. She can come on when she wants, when she needs to. But I like our dynamic.
Yeah.
Because I think we feed off of each other.
We do.
Very well.
And you and I have the same thing that Howie and I do. It's, I think there's beauty into having your own podcast. You know what I mean? But there are just days when you have a day job and you have life. You and I do it. I know Howie and I do it. That sometimes you're just like, Rhonda, I'm like, it's going to be you tonight because I'm struggling. Or I can tell you, hey, I'm just not feeling good, but we'll get through it. But I'm not going to be my normal self. So just to have that person who knows, okay, you're not yourself, I'll pick up the load. You know what I mean? So you don't have to feel like you have to be 100% on all the time.
That's kind of why I did the 3-person podcast for a while, because it's hard when you have 3 hosts, but also at the same time, you do have that extra person on there. Like if I'm feeling like crap, you have Sarah to work off of, and vice versa, So of course Sarah is a nurse, so she started working at the hospital, and so she had to do her thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully she'll be able to join us on some of our special shows and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where we are now. I was able to join the Rift Nation Network back in December. It got to the point where, because after blog, it got to the point where a lot of people couldn't do the shows anymore. So on Blog Talk, and
did that just get louder, or was that me?
I know that it got louder. It was a standing ovation there.
Howie was like, "Yes, we're on the Rift Nation."
Yes. We started the Vibe Network, and we had like shows pretty much every day of the week, and then through different circumstances, people started dropping off, and it came down to just Jerry Reyes and my show on the Vibe Network, and it was expensive to do almost $50 a month for just 2 shows. So I started doing StreamYard. I tried doing both. And I gotta give a shout out to Jade Eleanor, because she did her show on the Vibe Network for a while on StreamYard. Good. So give a shout out to her. But then she started doing other things, so she had to go too. So I started doing the show on StreamYard, and I was enjoying it. But it was just me doing. It was just me doing the show, paying $40 a month. It didn't have anybody else doing that. Like here is the whole network.
Yeah.
But then it was just me. Jerry did her thing.
Well, yeah, and you've got a whole group. Like if I'm on vacation, you could ask anybody. You could ask, Howie or Keith or anybody to pop on with you. And most of the time, everybody's more than willing to jump in and do an extra show.
I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's good knowledge to have there.
Yeah.
It just thank you. It just got to be too much. So then I was talking to Howie at the cabin, probably November of last year, because I knew I had some extra time on. Thank you, Rhonda. Knew you were picking up on what I was laying down.
I was. I got you, girl.
We got you. I knew it's some extra time on my StreamYard account, but I'm like, and if it's December, I'll join the network. Of course, I forgot to. I'll probably still remember StreamYard because I keep forgetting to close the account down. So I still have that going.
You need okay, I'll send you a reminder tomorrow. Cancel your StreamYard. Yeah,
I need to do that. But I talked to Howie at the cabin. Like I think about joining the Ref Nation network. I know we had a show on Tuesday nights, once a month on our time slot. I guess they kind of had. I don't know what happened, but they don't do the show anymore. And asked if I could come on the network, and he said yeah. I'm like, I didn't want to change the show.
Yeah.
I kind of want to keep it the way it was, and he was perfectly fine. He has been an amazing producer. He's always got my back, so I certainly appreciate that. And of course, him and I do the What's Going Down podcast, which will be happening tomorrow.
Yes.
Live from the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show studios. He's coming out here to do the show with me. So
and I bet y'all have some cool stuff to talk about with everything that's been going on.
Yes. And I will be looking up shows tomorrow morning, looking up stories tomorrow morning, like I always do.
Winging it.
Yeah. As long as I look like I'm prepared the day of the show, that's all that matters.
Look, we weren't prepared for this tonight. We thought we had a guest the whole time, and look at us. We figured it out.
I even wrote out a whole introduction to him. I had a whole plan where I was going to talk about hypnosis and how he, how it benefits people, stuff like that. But hopefully we'll be able to have him back on the show.
Yes.
And we'll talk about all that. So yeah, and be able to join the Riff Nation network, and now I've got the whole thing behind us, and we've got some great shows coming up for you guys.
Yeah, you've got us booked out quite a bit, right?
Oh my gosh.
So
I have this booked out until April.
Okay. See, spring.
So the next two shows, we are going to be going into, we're going to be very guest related.
Yes.
So yeah, chat heavy show.
Chat heavy.
The first show, we're going to have Chris Garcia on, psychic medium Chris Garcia. Now we're gonna have him do readings. We can have one question to ask Chris. Okay, depending on how many people are in the chat. If like 2 people, obviously, we're going to be able to do a little bit more. But if we have a lot of people, we're going to have one question to ask Chris, and he will answer it.
Yep.
For you. And we're trying to get as many people a reading as possible. So this is a free reading from Chris Garcia, psychic medium.
Yep.
Next week on the Freakin Awesome Paranormal. It's our gift to you. It's our birthday gift.
Yeah, and he's a lot of fun. He's a fun guy.
Oh,
I gotta thaw my maple syrup.
yeah, you are. That's what that's how the Canadians say it. You go thaw your maple syrup, Teresa. You have fun.
Toodaloo.
Have a good Toodaloo.
I'm so glad to have you back, Teresa.
Oh my
Glad
God,
we're out
we
of your
missed
busy
Teresa.
time.
We have missed Teresa. Hopefully you'll
Yeah.
be back for a free reading. But that's not all. We are a giving show.
Yes.
We can't just do readings one night.
week. I mean, what
Yeah,
would that be?
What are we, Scrooge? What are we, like the Grinch of January? No, we're not a January Grinch. We're gonna do a whole other show. End of the month, we are going to have Dana Marie Volmer doing card readings.
Yep.
For people. So I'm not sure. I guess you can do that with chat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we'll just have to ask her, does she just want to do a general poll for every person that says they want one, or does she want them to ask a question? So we could do it very much the same way.
You do cards. You're the card reader, so I'll let you be in charge of that.
I'll talk to Dana ahead of time and see what
Yes,
she wants to do.
and we will get that. We'll get that stuff straight.
Yep.
But next week, Chris Garcia, we're going to do readings for the audience, and as a way of giving back to.
Yep. And then the next week, just it's January, and you need a little extra. There'll be card readings.
And then after that, February 4th, we have FPRI. I don't know if you heard of them before.
You've heard of them. They're this paranormal team out of Fredericksburg.
That's a Tuesday before our big trip out to Bell Grove Plantation.
Yes.
February 11th, we have Kalen Yahari Traveler.
Okay.
She's a psychic medium.
Okay.
She's very a Native American type thing.
Nice.
February 13th is a Freakin Awesome playlist, so you got to think about what you want that to happen.
Oh, I do need to think about that.
February 18th is Ann M. Brandy Mart, which she put a post out since she's no longer in the paranormal. So I'm going to see if she still wants to do on the show.
Okay.
I'm not sure if then February 25th, the Freaks React, and then March 4th is Alexis Jordan. So
nice.
we have a whole plethora of amazing shows. We have ethereal voices of the paranormal.
Whoa.
Thank you for joining us. Hey, ethereal voices. If you want to come on the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show,
come join us.
Join us. Join us. You know you want to. Everyone's doing it. You want to be cool?
Come hang out.
Cool, don't you? Join the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show. Join the cool kids. Sit at the cool kids table. So yeah, I think that'll be. That's what, because Howie keeps sending me these messages in private chat. That is what she said. Yeah, I think that's it. Howie said we can go over if we want to, but I gotta pee.
Well,
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it on air.
I was gonna say, unless you want to do it on air just to prove that you will.
No, I need to prove I will, because I'm proving I won't, because I'm not going to. Ethereal. We booked a guest. Ethereal Voices of the Paranormal. Let's book it right now. We're going to book you right now. I'm gonna go ahead and go on my calendar here. Let's go April 22nd. Ethereal Voices of the Paranormal. Send me a message. My name is Ryan C. Jones on Facebook. That's Rhonda Harris over there. And we would love to have you on the show. Guys, this was a lot of fun. Don't forget, be back here. To be good person. Howie says virtue be yours. I'm going to say be freaking awesome.
Be freaking awesome.
Be freaking awesome.
Yep.
And
what is it? On.
Yes, get your freak on. Enjoy hot pastrami day. And enjoy
if you can't do hot pastrami, what do we got for you?
You can probably find an ass to feast on somewhere. Yeah, I went down that road. Guys, have a great night. We will see you next week with Chris Garcia. Same freaking awesome time.
Same freaking awesome show.
Bye.